Shalom, family. I pray all is well with the righteous. It's with great sadness that I come to you with this message. People are not going to want to hear this message. Rebels will not want to hear this message. Well, guess what? This message is not for rebels. This message, the message that come forth, it's for those they have a good heart and they want to do right. This is who this is for. People come to the channel. It's not for you. Just move along, please. Just move along. Keep it moving. This is for those. This is the Most High's word. This is what the Most High want His people to know. Have you despised the commandment of Yahuah? Listen. We all, as mentioned in the last video, we're on different levels. We're not all on the same level. Just because someone is on a higher level, they've been really studying hard. And they're on a high, you just come to the knowledge. It doesn't mean one is better than the other. That's not what that means. The one that's on the lower level, please, ma'am, sir, understand this. The people that are on the lower level, they can make it in the kingdom quicker than those that's been in it for years. Read the scripture, study the scripture. This is a fact. People look at themselves as, I'm just learning about the wilderness. Teach me, tell me about this wilderness. They look at themselves where they at now, and they see someone else that's acquired way more knowledge of the scripture. Knowledge of the scripture. Way more knowledge than them, and they feel this is their problem. They feel inferior. The Most High does not look at us this way. That's not how He sees us. So even when I came to this knowledge way back when, and I began my journey, there are so many things I didn't know. One of them is this one. Have you despised the commandment? After teaching Torah, is when I realized when one despises the Most High's commandment. And see, people are despising His commandments. They don't even know it. 2 Ezra 1:4-9. The word of Yahuah came to me saying, this is what we are to do, family. Go and declare to my people. Go and declare to them their evil deeds. What? This is what people don't want to hear. When people email me and I see and hear their evil deeds, when you trying to take the place of the Most High, this is the Most High's job. And you are trying to take the place. You want to do this. You don't want to do what He said. And someone tells you about it, then they get upset. They get angry. We tried to help the person that came to the channel to test me, and they just blew up. Angry. And I'm like, whoa. Look at what's in this person's heart. We are to declare their evil deeds, not test them. Simple. See, we know this. This is what the Most High see, what He told us to do. That we don't do. Declare to my people their evil deeds. Why? Because if you don't tell them their evil deeds, they don't know it's evil and they will continue doing it. And to their children, the iniquities, don't test them. I'm going to see how much you know. I'm going to ask you questions just to see what you know. You test their spirits. That's not what we are to do. You're on the wrong track. You off, way off. And when we come and tell people you're off track, then they get angry, hot, and they blow up at you. Their children, their iniquities that they have committed against me, so that they may tell their children's children that the iniquity of their parents have increased in them. You want to break this. It's a cycle. For they have forgotten me and have offered offerings to strange mighty ones. Now this is what we've done. God, calling on these false names, calling on these titles, This is what we've done, giving our money as an offering to these preachers. Was it not I who brought you out of the land of Mitzrayim, out of the house of bondage? But they angered me and despised my counsel. There it is. So when someone tries to when the Most High use anyone, this is how he give counsel. And most of the time, we can counsel people through his word. We just use his word. And through that word comes counsel from the Most High. And they despise it. One of the greatest commandments our people despise today, you know what it is? You know, ma'am, sir, come out of her, my people. They think that's my word. Well, America, I'm just not settled if America's Babylon or not. You see what they're doing? There's some peaceful places in Babylon. You see what they are doing? Giving what the Most High condemned. Listen, he went to that apartment building. Remember the high tower that the people are in. He went to that high tower apartment building and condemned it. It's not fit to live in. And then we got people in the room, in the building, saying, this is a nice room. It's peaceful in my room. You see what they're doing? Using the word to give counsel, and they despise it. Most High's commandment come out of her, they despise it. Verse 8. Pull out the hair of your head and hurl all your evils upon them. For they have not obeyed my Torah. This is what it comes down to. People think they're obeying and they're not. They are a rebellious people. How long shall I endure them? How long? The Most High is saying, how long shall I endure them? On whom I have bestowed such great benefits. Numbers 15, 30 and 31. But the person who does anything presumptuously, whether he is native born or a stranger, that one brings reproach on Yahuah. See, now, notice here. Presumptuously, when you're doing something, Most High didn't command you to do that. This is what our people do over and over today. He didn't command you to do that. And they're doing it. And he shall be cut off from among his people, because he despised the word of Yahuah. So when people fight against come out of her, my people, they despise the word of Yahuah. And they're trying to say, they change what he's saying. When he say come out of the land, move out of the midst of her. Oh, he's talking about come out the system. He's talking about come out of the way. He's talking about come out spiritually. They despise the word. When did a rat become spiritual or spirit? What is that? And has broken his commandment. So when they refuse to come out, they break his commandment. That person shall be completely cut off. His guilt shall be upon him. Second Samuel 12, 9 and 10. Now, we know this story. This is dealing with dude. And listen here. We know the story very well. They gave us this in Christianity. Dude was the Mashiach, the king of Yasharal. Okay? Dude was a man after the Most High heart. Dude was wise, full of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Didn't have Torah, but got what was taught to him that was passed down. Dude knew not to commit adultery. Dude knew not to murder, but he did both. And when he did both of them, this is what he did, family. This is the proof. When you break his commandment, you despise. You despise his commandment. The commandment is, do not commit adultery. Do not murder. You don't come out. You despise that commandment. Everyone that came out, everyone, they didn't despise the commandment. Come out of her, my people. They did it. Now, there's another group of people. They went back. That's just ignorance. That's ignorance. Complete, utter ignorance. So here's the story. Here's this. Look what dude was told by the prophet. Why have you despised the commandment of Yahuah? Dude was a man after the Most High's heart. When did he say he despised the commandment? Family, this is a strong point. This is a very, very strong point. When did dude say out of his mouth, I despise the commandment of Yahuah? He never said it. So when did he despise the commandment? When he committed adultery and when he murdered. And according to scripture, he just gave the order to put the husband on the front, on the hottest spot of the battle, knowing that he's going to die. He put him in a hot spot and he died. That's considered, it was murder on dude's hand. His blood was on dude's hand. Dude just sent his word. That's what a king do. He just sent his word. And the husband had to go where he said. He couldn't go against that. Can't go against the Mashiach. You're going to end up having a bad day. Why have you despised the commandment of Yahuah? Why have you despised the commandment of Yahuah when he told us we could only keep Pesach in Jerusalem? In Jerusalem, only where he chose to place his name? Well, they listened to the Hebrew Israelite camp leaders. Well, they kept it outside. They were in the wilderness and they kept it. That was before he placed his name. And they were all together. Silly people. Why have you despised the commandment of Yahuah to do evil in his sight? This is all dude did. He called it despise the commandment, and we know it's doing evil, but we don't know this as despising the commandment. When you do anything that's against his commandments, you despise any commandment. Simple. You have killed Arya, the Hittite, with the sword. Look, you killed. Dude ain't killed. See how this works? For people that say, he gonna gather me. And you've been hearing on this channel over and over, he gonna send his word. Dude sent his word. That's how kings operate. You've never been under kingdomship and you haven't studied. Remember, these messages for those that want truth. They got good hearts. They want to do what's right. This is for you. The king just sends his word. We've been under presidents. We ain't even had an interaction with the president or any king. But yet we think we know kingdomship. We think we know how the Most High set up his kingdomship. We don't even know kingdomship of other nations. He killed them. You had it, and you took his wife to be your wife. Killed him with the sword of the people of Am. Look at that. Of the people of Am. Now therefore the sword shall never depart from your house, because you have despised me. There it is. There it is, family. You despise his commandments. He said you despise me. You commit adultery, you despise his commandment. You murder, you despise his commandment. You lie, steal, cheat, you despise his commandment. And you hate him. That's hurtful, isn't it? When people hear the truth, they never heard the truth before, and they hear the truth for real, it hurts. And they get angry. What do you mean I'm wicked? You calling me wicked? Look what you did. You trying to take the place of the Most High? You wicked for this. You have despised me and have taken the wife of Ari, the Hittite, to be your wife. This is what he did.